One of my biggest insecurities in my life is I've lived at home my entire life. I've never moved out before. It just makes me feel really not an adult. It has been so depressing to the point where I feel like I keep delaying my happiness, meaning that I would tell myself I'll be happy when I finally get to move out and do my own thing. I feel so hard. I feel like it's really difficult to sit down here and genuinely be grateful for the situation that I am in right now. And I know that maybe from the outside looking in, it might seem like it's not even that hard to be grateful. And it is true that I'm most likely just looking at the things and experiences I don't have. So a bit of backstory as to why is that the case. Not that there's anything really wrong with living at home for your entire life, but maybe I just feel insecure about it because I think a lot of people my age or around my age have probably done some form of moving out and getting that experience to live on their own and have a life of their own. In the way, I think it does signifies adulthood. It does signifies a really big part of being independent, and I have not yet experienced that. And there are drawbacks, and yet as there are benefits to it, but I feel like I don't want to hear the benefits anymore because I don't know. I feel like it's really hard for me to be content with where I am because I'm in the same place. And so back to what I was saying, the reason why I have been at home for my entire life, in my own hometown for my entire life, is because when it came to college, when I first graduated high school, I went to a in-state college. I was a commuter student, so there wasn't a need to dorm, so I didn't move out and have that freshman experience. And as the year went by, I didn't find any compelling reason to move out because I just didn't have anything set in stone going on for me. I wasn't someone crazy talented, or I wasn't someone who had, reason worth moving out for. And so I just stayed home. And around last year, I was presented with the opportunity to move out of my place, to finish up a degree in psychology, which was at a university which would require me to and present me the opportunity to finally move out. And the other choice I was presented with was a chance to enter a nursing program, which would save me a lot of money, as well as I wouldn't need to move out because it was at a very close proximity to where I lived. So it didn't seem reasonable to move out and live on my own when I could just commute there. And when it came down to it, I decided to pick the nursing option, and I am a nursing student because of that. And I think about this a lot. I think about, what if I had made that choice to pursue another area of study and move out? Would I have been a different person? Who knows what kind of person I would turn out to be. And that curiosity really makes me think hard and long. So I know we're all living different lives, and I know that everybody's life trajectory is quite different, but I feel very stuck and not particularly happy with where I am. A big part of me feels very impatient. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I just feel too impatient. I don't know if that's a feeling I should listen to or tame down, but I do feel like I need to have been accomplished already. Like I need to have gone to so many places, experienced awesome things in life. So here I am at 23. I live at home. I've never moved out before, and this feels like a very isolating experience, just because there were multiple opportunities for me to move out, but I just didn't, because I chose to be financially wise. But the trade-off is, I think I missed out on so many opportunities to grow as a person. And that's the thing, I feel like I haven't grown as a person much. And as much as I like to blame my living situation, it's not just that. I will say the reason why I am still feeling like shit is because sometimes I just don't want to go out sometimes. And I know, like, I live in LA County, which is not far from the major cities. I can take a drive up to LA and network and maybe other cities as well if I wanted to, but I choose not to, and that is something that I've kind of reflected and acknowledged on. It's like, okay, well, I could be doing more on my part, even though I'm living at home and even though I'm not in a new city and in a new environment, that doesn't mean that I can't go out to those places and live those new experiences. Despite everything, I know I need to, and I should actually, learn to make the most out of what I have. And I guess you could say that there's no excuse. There's no excuse. There's no excuse to stay complacent. There's always a way to put yourself out there no matter what, right? Like, who cares? So I guess I'm convincing myself that it's also a matter of your free will and taking that initiative. And I think it would help if it was like a new environment and you're naturally, like, when you're placed in a place that's other than your hometown, I think it's even more compelling for you to want to get out there and pursue new relationships, friendship, whatever it is. But in the case that if you're in your hometown, it's harder. It definitely is harder. It takes a lot of self-awareness in some capacity. It takes some sort of realization that you might not be in a new everything, but you can get out there and experience life as well. That's something that I haven't really been able to do, most likely because I don't believe in myself. The idea of networking and meeting people was really hard for me, and I know I'm wasting my time if I'm just gonna pass up each day thinking like this, because what people say, your early 20s are your time to experience life, and I think this is a wake-up call, you know? It's not about the situation, but it's about what you make out of it. And I don't think it's impossible, but I think it's gonna take a lot more work coming from my end, a lot more initiative, self-initiative, because of the situation that I'm in. So